On May 15, 2025, the U.S. Supreme Court convened to deliberate on President Donald Trump's executive order aimed at terminating birthright citizenship for children born in the United States to undocumented immigrants and certain visa holders. This executive order, signed on January 20, 2025, has been met with significant legal opposition and has prompted nationwide injunctions from lower courts. The Supreme Court's decision could have profound implications for the interpretation of the 14th Amendment and the scope of presidential authority. Executive Order 14160, titled Protecting the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship, seeks to redefine the application of the 14th Amendment's Citizenship Clause. Traditionally, this clause has granted automatic U.S. citizenship to all individuals born on American soil. However, the executive order proposes that only children born to parents who are U.S. citizens or lawful permanent residents would be granted citizenship, excluding those born to undocumented immigrants or individuals on temporary visas. The administration argues that the phrase "subject to the jurisdiction thereof," as stated in the 14th Amendment, allows for such exclusions. This interpretation has been contested by legal experts and civil rights organizations, who assert that the amendment's intent was to ensure citizenship for all individuals born in the U.S., regardless of their parents' immigration status. Following the issuance of the executive order, multiple lawsuits were filed by over 20 states, immigrant rights groups, and individual plaintiffs. Courts in Maryland, Massachusetts, and Washington issued injunctions blocking the implementation of the order, citing its potential to cause significant harm to children and undermine established legal precedents. The Trump administration appealed these rulings to the Supreme Court, seeking to limit the scope of the nationwide injunctions. The administration contends that such injunctions, issued by individual district judges, have become increasingly prevalent and assert that they undermine the executive branch's authority. The Supreme Court's consideration of this issue could set a precedent for the balance of power between the judiciary and the executive in matters of national policy. The Supreme Court's ruling on this matter will not only address the constitutionality of the executive order, but also determine the extent to which lower courts can issue nationwide injunctions against presidential policies. A decision upholding the executive order could significantly alter the landscape of U.S. citizenship laws and potentially disenfranchise a substantial number of individuals born in the country. Conversely, a ruling against the order would reaffirm the principle of birthright citizenship as enshrined in the 14th Amendment and could limit the ability of future administrations to unilaterally alter fundamental aspects of American law. The proposed changes to birthright citizenship have sparked widespread public outcry. On May 15, 2025, protests were held outside the Supreme Court, with demonstrators voicing their opposition to the executive order. Prominent political figures, including Representative Adriano Espaillat and former Speaker Nancy Pelosi, participated in the demonstrations, emphasizing the importance of upholding constitutional rights and the potential risks of undermining established legal principles. The Supreme Court's forthcoming decision on President Trump's executive order will have far-reaching consequences for the interpretation of the 14th Amendment and the future of birthright citizenship in the United States. As the nation awaits the court's ruling, the case underscores the ongoing debates over immigration policy, judicial authority, and the protection of constitutional rights.